Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are going to solve the question number 242, which is valid anagrams. So what are valid anagrams? Basically you will be given in the question two strings, string S and string T. You'll be given two strings, which is string S and string T, and you have to check if both of them are anagrams. So what does an anagram mean? It will just make sure that in both the strings the length of both the strings are same, and also the number of alphabets which appear on on the first string will be same as the number of the alphabets which appear on the second string. Like here, if we see A appears 1 2 3 1 2 3, so here you will see A appears 3 times, and even here you will see A appears 3 times. Likewise is the case with N appears just one time, and here also N appears one time. So and R appears one time, and here also R appears one time, and G appears one, here also G appears one, and M appears once, here M also appears once. So this is an anagram. So for example, we see another example, RAT. Though both the strings have the same length, 3 and 3, but here R appears once, fine, A also appears once, and both fine, but T doesn't appear on both, so our answer is false. So how do we do this? So the first way to do this question is we can compare each of the strings one by one. So if we do so, it will take a time complexity of big O of n square, because what you will be doing is that first you will go through the first alphabet, and then you will check for all the alphabets in the second string if it is there or not. So this will take a time complexity of n square, because here n and here also n, so it might go till the end of both the strings. Another way, which is a more optimized and a better way, which is using hashing or which is hash maps in Python. So what I have done is, here is the solution. If you can see, let me just zoom in a bit. Yes, just a minute. Okay, so here is the solution. So what I am doing over here is, firstly I am given two strings S and T, and the return type of this function is bool. So basically I have to either return true or false. So the first step I'll check is whether if both the strings are equal in length or not. If they are not equal, then I'll directly say, hey, it's not an anagram. Then I'll create two hash maps for both the strings, string S and string T. So I'll create an empty hash map S and an empty hash map T. Now I will create the hash maps. So you must be wondering, what does an hash map mean? Let me just tell in easy words. Suppose I have RAT. Suppose in string S I have RAT, and in string T I have CAR. So what happens? So in hash, so in hash map of S, what basically stores is the count of each alphabet. So suppose R has appeared one time, A has appeared one time, and T has appeared one time. So this is how the hash map will look for the string S. Suppose if it was like ratty, so here it will be 2 and Y will appear 1. So basically hash map is nothing but just key and value. So it's just a key value pair which you see. So here I'll be creating a hash map for both the string S and string T. So here this is the key, and here the value is being assigned. So now let me just say what is happening for I in S. So like for the each alphabet inside the string S, what I'll be doing is, I'll create the key for that alphabet. Suppose the first alphabet is R, RAT. Suppose we take the example of rat. So the first alphabet will be R, and then adjacent to that R, I will be adding 1, like the count of it, right? And if R appears again, then I will be just 1 plus whatever the previous value is. So now the reason why I have done dot get is, technically the code should be just like this: hash of R is 1 plus the old value, whatever it is. So technically it should be like this, but what if there is no value present for the value for the key R? So in that case, it just, what happens is 0 is the safe value, like in the first time when there is nothing in the hash map, because if you see it's empty. So when R value is there, and initially, so the first alphabet R is when it's entered inside the hash map, and when there is no value adjacent to R, so it will just take 0. So this is a safe way of accessing the values of each key. So that's why we use, see, even this basically gives the entire value, but this dot get is a better and it's a safe way to access a key, because what happens is, what if that key value doesn't exist? What if the value of that key doesn't exist? So if it doesn't exist, so it will be 0 as default in the first case, and then later on it will just add. So this is the one for I. Similarly, we'll do it for T, and then for I in hash of S. So basically for I in hash of S is nothing but it just iterates through the keys of S, and we will just see if anything which is inside the square bracket hash map name inside, and then a square bracket and then the key, that entirely equals to the value. Like this basically gives the value. So we are just checking if value of S is equal to the value of T, and if it is not equal, like suppose if the values of both the tables are not equal, then we will just return false, else we will return finally true. So if hash of S, comparing the values of both the hash tables of each character. So yes, so if we just run this code, you will see it just got accepted. And thank you so much for watching the video.